The new book, May-December End, The Ballad of Joey Flowers. Available now on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Get your copy today.
Disclaimer. We are unqualified and unapologetic. We are not professionals, just married. Take what works, leave what doesn't. Let's do this.
Sessions and lessons unscripted, they fall. Nothing to hold, nothing at all. Screaming in silence, no curtain call. Just echoes in an empty hall. Answers buried in the static.
Hello, everybody. It's Joel, your host of Sessions and Lessons Unscripted. And across from me, shaking her head in disgust and disbelief, is Gloria.
I legit didn't do any of those things.
I saw you. Don't even try it.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in again. We appreciate it,
Yeah, all two of you.
both of you. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We are doing A-OK in this snowy, stormy, gross, cold, yuck.
It's to be expected. It's December almost. Well, tomorrow's December.
Yes, tis the season for gross weather. And it's funny too because we had a snowstorm, which we got almost 10 inches of snow, right?
Yeah.
And most of the stuff that's on the pavement is like melted.
It's
I'm
ridiculous.
telling you, we're in Illinois, so I'm expecting it to be in the 80s by the end of the week.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So hopefully everyone's doing well. And Gloria, how are you?
I am A-OK. My
Hey.
allergies have gotten better, but
You
My-
sound a lot better.
I do. But look at my eyes; they're starting to turn red. You see
Yeah,
'em?
I think that's just being tired.
Yeah.
And then you just rubbing them.
Well, they're
That'll do
itchy.
it.
I'm itchy.
Yeah, because that cat.
Will you leave my cat alone?
No.
Whatever. Anywho.
Anywho, 'tis the season. Speaking of, so Gloria and I took her. I took Gloria to the movies. There was I can't even believe it has been this long. 25 years anniversary of Chicken Run, which I thought was an awesome movie.
Yes.
And Gloria had said that she never saw it, which I found that was like criminal that she didn't see it. So they had it for the 25th anniversary at the theater that we normally go to. So I took her, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun to see that on the big screen.
It turns out that I did. I had seen the movie. It's just that it's been so long
That
since
you
I've
don't
seen it.
remember.
I didn't remember. Then once it started like playing, I was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember this movie."
So then the discussion, movies we haven't seen, and oh, I can't believe you didn't see that. One of them being the Grinch That Stole Christmas,
The Jim Carrey version.
the Jim Carrey one. So during our little Thanksgiving holiday break, we started watching all these old movie stuff we haven't seen in a while or at all. And we were cruising through the streaming services, and we found it, so we put it on, and I really enjoyed that.
That was. Oh, I still laugh at that movie every time I watch it.
Yeah, so if anybody out there hasn't seen it, check it out. I think it was really good.
I think you're the only human that has not seen that movie. I
and,
found it so hard to believe.
and I think it was cast really well.
Oh, for sure it was. And I think the girl, what's her name?
I don't even know what the girl's name
Oh, I
is.
forgot her name.
It's weird because even like the makeup, I thought I was watching a Tim Burton movie.
I know, right?
And
It does seem like
and
it.
it's Ron Howard.
Of all people.
Yeah. And it had like that Tim Burton vibe to it. And I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Wasn't it Wendy Who?
I think it was Wendy who, yeah.
No,
But it was weird because she looked just like in the book.
yeah,
As it's like whoever did the makeup and costumes was fantastic.
yeah. Well, the girl who played Wendy Who, I think she has a metal band now or something. I vaguely remember reading some obscure article.
We gotta look that up.
Yeah,
'cause
look it
that's-
up.
But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the movie a lot actually. I at first I was like, whatever. And I'm usually a big nerd anyways into like stuff like
So, have you seen the original one?
the
cartoon.
cartoon. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay.
everybody's seen that
I
one.
I've been wanting to see the original.
I think it's
original.
on streaming as well.
We got to look for it.
Yeah.
That's another one I haven't seen in a billion years.
So that movie came out in the year 2000.
Oh my gosh.
And man, that's
The Grudge.
oh, Cindy Lou Who?
Yeah, Cindy Lou Who.
That's Taylor Momsen. First she is in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know.
So is she in a metal band or?
She's and Pretty Reckless. That's the name of her band.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember her. Well, not her as an actress. I know her from her band.
Well, yeah.
There was one song of theirs that I really like. I don't remember what the name of that song is. But wow, I did not know that was her.
Yeah.
I know she was an actress. She did some other stuff too that she was it was popular.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really follow movie stars like that and stuff.
I don't either, but I thought it was kind of funny when I saw the article. This was a while back ago.
Yeah, Taylor Momsen, I think's her name.
Mm.
Yeah, she's in the Pretty Reckless. That's their name of her band.
I gotta look into it. Is it metal or
No? It's like hard rock, like
alternative?
I don't know about alternative, but like a hard rock band.
Oh.
I mean, she's not screaming Cookie Monster vocals, if that's what you're wondering.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
No, it's not that kind of rock.
Oh, okay.
Or metal, whatever. Genres can be so confusing.
What he said.
All right, so enough babbling. So what were we talking about just before we turned on the microphones? We were talking about self-doubt and unrealistic expectations
Of yourself and others.
and from others, like
And
relationships and stuff.
Yes.
Explain yourself, dear. Why did you bring that up? Is there something you want to tell me?
No, dear. I'm blissfully married.
Yes, and keep telling yourself that.
I have to keep telling myself.
But anyways, so what prompted this discussion?
I'm sorry. I just found that really funny.
I did not.
I found it hilarious.
All right, let's continue.
Okay. What was your question?
I expect you to listen to me.
Uh-huh.
I asked what prompted that thought in your head that you started discussing it.
Just based on just randomness, sitting here thinking of ideas and it just popped into my head. Nothing in particular. Why
How
are you feeling guilty?
How insightful.
I know. I'm such a deep thinker. I have my moments. Leave me alone.
So we turned on the microphone just for dead air? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's not dead air. But you asked me why I thought of it, and I'm telling you, it just popped into my head.
Okay, so elaborate, please.
Exactly what the topic sounds like, dear.
Okay, so begin. You're the one that brought it up.
I am on the spot. No. Well, I just think part of the reason why I was kind of thinking about it honestly and seriously is because Christmas is right around the corner, right? And this isn't about Christmas or anything, but you know, a lot of people have different expectations on what to expect from family, friends, spouses, just
Ex-
basically
Explain that though. Like what expectations? Expectations for
high
what?
expectations that people can't realistically meet.
Okay, like give me an example.
Okay, like example, not us, but when you start dating someone, you have these expectations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like on their best behavior,
Okay.
right? The real person doesn't start to come out for a few weeks to a couple months, right? Everything is like the honeymoon phase in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So, because everything is so lovey dovey and perfect, we expect that level of attention, um, that woo, you know what I mean? And people aren't always how we envision them to be because we have expectations, and expectations don't make the other person. Why are you looking at me so blankly?
Because I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say.
Expectations not being met. What is so difficult about this?
I'm just listening to you. You're the one that brought this subject up.
Okay, so communicate with me.
Well, I asked you to elaborate, and that's what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. That's it. It's not a deep thinking conversation. It's just people not meeting our expectations.
I disagree with you
Okay, tell me why.
because, like, for example, and I'm going to use us as an example.
Great.
You got what you see what you get what you see. That's it. Like I didn't put on an act. I acted like myself the whole time. I didn't behave any different than I normally do.
Okay.
And I still behave the same way I do now when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no expectations there.
No,
I didn't have to put on a front.
I'm not saying that you have to put on a front, dear.
So that's why I see what you're saying because it's true. A lot of people put on this like,
I wasn't talking about you and me. That's the very first thing that I said, love.
yes, and I'm using us as an example
Okay.
because I'm countering what you just said.
Okay. Continue.
So, and I was elaborating on it just now until you interrupted.
So you treat me exactly the same?
I was saying,
Uh-huh.
so now you get to stare at me blankly.
Okay.
And most of the time, yes, people do put on this like they put on their best behavior when they're early on in the relationship or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't disagree with. That is
Okay.
true. People put on, and I don't want to say a front or a lie, but they behave. They're the best version of themselves that they put out for you.
Right. And then we expect that to continue throughout the friendship and relationship. And when it doesn't,
Which to me, that's why I said I'm not that I don't agree with because when you meet someone or you interact with someone, you should just be yourself no matter what. You
Mhm.
shouldn't have to put on an act for them to, oh, look how great this person is. And then I brought up us because that's exactly what I did and what we did.
Mhm.
We didn't put on an act for each other. We just were ourselves the whole time.
Okay.
So the Joel that you met way back in before COVID is the same Joel that you're sitting across from right now. There was no change. There's no. I don't act any different. I don't whatever. If anything, I'm even more awesome now than I was before.
More obnoxious.
So that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
So I get what you're saying. But then to me that's kind of dishonest because if you meet somebody and you have to put on your best, behavior and then you want that's to me that's not honest. That's my opinion. You're not being honest with that person and you're already doomed from the start. because then down the line you're gonna, oh, that's not, you act different, or that's not how you were, or whatever. Well, that's because I, tricked you, basically. I catfished you.
Uh-huh.
So to me, that's dishonest. And like your expectations are based on someone basically pulling the wool over your eyes.
I don't know. I kind of agree with you, but I don't. Because when you first meet someone, anybody, I'm
Mhm,
not talking you and me, I'm talking about fictional characters here. They're meeting, right?
mhm.
I think a lot of the times we don't kind of let loose and we're really tense in the beginning. So we're not as open to sharing things. And
Okay.
and that's kind of what I'm referring to, like in a relationship, whether it's friend, family, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the situation is, right? In the beginning, we don't nobody in the beginning opens up 100%. It's very rare that you find that person, or whether they're friends or any type of relationship. It's rare to find a person that's genuinely themselves 100% of the time in the beginning, because everybody's tense, you're not as open, you're not as trusting, and that can sometimes lead to false expectations. And that's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, yeah, if there's false because they're based on somebody kind of lying to you.
But it's not necessarily lying. It could be sometimes that people don't feel comfortable to open up 100%.
Well, then that's why you get to know each other first, right? That's the whole point of the whole dating thing and getting to know each other.
Yeah, but this isn't just based on a relationship with the, significant other, sexual wise.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, that's not what I'm talking about at all. I'm talking about like on an emotional level. When you meet someone, not everybody has these expectations, but it can form an expectation that this person is like this and this is how it's going to be for the rest of the relationship. Does that make sense, or am I just not making sense?
Yeah, but it's like I go back to what I said. It's like if that's your expectation, it's not based. That's if you feel like you have to put on a show for somebody, then that ain't it.
Okay.
So if your expectation is based on BS already, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like by that time, if you're planning on having a relationship with someone, and it doesn't even have to be like a romantic relationship, it could be a friendship or
Right.
whatever.
Yes.
If you're already like, you know, if you're already putting on a front in the beginning of the relationship, then it's doomed from the start, because then it's like, all right, this is the person I know. And then that's like if you were to meet somebody and you thought they were cool and they were, a good person and all of that. And then one day you guys go out somewhere and then they end up going to rob a bank. And then they come back into the car like, all right, let's go. Like, like they didn't tell you that they were a bank robber.
Uh-huh.
It's like you just kind of like hung out with them and then, oh, this is a good guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, which by the way, I think I've been into situations like that now that I think
Where
about it.
you
When I was
dated a
younger,
bank robber?
no, where I knew someone that ended up being like not so good after the fact.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes you meet a random person and you're like, "Oh, this person's kind of nice," or they seem kind of like legit or whatever.
That to me is very disappointing.
It
Like
is.
it's me personally, and I don't know, maybe I'm just like Gloria says I'm too nice. Like I'll like be friendly or be friends with people, and then I think that's why I leave my guard up a lot, or I have in the past, because I got burned so many times because I put my guard down, and my expectations of this person was like,
Right.
oh, this guy's a good guy, and oh, I like hanging out with him. And then I did run into a situation like that where
See, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's not necessarily like a romantic thing.
no, I know what you're saying. It's
Right.
no, we're not talking about romantic.
No.
That's like the easiest example we can use.
Right.
But it's like ultimately you have to be careful and use common sense, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think that it wasn't as extreme as like robbing banks, but I used to know guys that were like, they were into stuff that I was completely not into. Some of them were like gangbangers, or they, stole cars on the side or whatever. I don't remember though. It's been so long. But no, I get what you're saying, but I don't know. Ultimately, we have to be smart about the people we run into or confide in.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I think that kind of puts self-doubt in your head, right? Because like I said, and I'm speaking for myself, I've been burned so many times. It's like you leave your guard down. Oh, this person's great. And then like they do something that you don't approve of, or that doesn't, isn't on your level or standards or whatever. And then it's like super disappointing. And then I think that's started to turn into I think gave me like this trust issues, and it gave me like there's another term I'm looking for. It gave me trust issues, and like I would always, I had that attitude like, oh, everybody sucks. Like there's no good people on planet Earth,
Right.
which is it's not true, right? It's not everybody on the planet Earth is a piece of crap.
No, but it's easier to find the people that are pieces of crap than the genuine ones.
Who are you telling? Like it seemed to have a magnet. At least I did in the past. I it almost seemed like, and maybe it's that like attracts like, right? Because if you're in the like this, always like, oh, people are garbage, and there's no nice people, and I don't deserve, true friendship and stuff like that, then that's what you're gonna get. You're
Right.
gonna attract all the people that are that are no good.
Right.
And then of course what self-doubt creeps in, I guess, because nobody likes you. Um, I can't find anybody that, I have stuff in common with.
Right.
Like, I don't know. It messes with your brain.
Of course.
What you think?
No, I think that's true. I think everybody's been burned at one point or another.
Oh, for sure. Seems like I've been burned a lot.
But the thing is like you can either learn from being burned, or you can let it just keep affecting you in the potential relationships or friendships that you can build.
Yeah. But like I said, then you just constantly meet people that don't serve you any real purpose, right?
Right. And I think it's like somebody who's been like hurt a lot or lied to,
Yeah.
or all that stuff. It is so hard to kind of come out of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people like that, because I'm like that, I'm a very guarded person.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's guarded, but then there's me. Like, I don't like you until I know more about you, and you know what I mean? And I think people are so quick to, become friends sometimes that you kind of tend to overlook
Mm-hmm.
people's shortfalls, or not shortfalls, shortcomings, or I think I've seen that happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, but yeah, they hurt me, but they were going through things. Or, along those lines, you kind of make excuses for people.
I just saw a TikTok kind of pertaining to that, and tell me what you think about it. It's
Right.
like, especially us and being at an older age, like we should know how to act, how to respond to things as adults, right? So people that use like I was stressed or I was going through some stuff. Do you think that's a valid excuse or there's like zero tolerance for that? So like, okay, you were a jerk to me or you did this to me because you were under some kind of stress. Like you should be adult enough to know how to deal and then not, you know,
I'm not making excuses, but people sometimes don't have the coping
copings.
the coping mechanisms to deal with stress.
Hmm.
And again, I'm going to use this word, maturity levels are way different in people.
That's true.
You know, um as someone who's been like manipulated and lied to before, um obviously it doesn't feel nice, but you kind of have to take it as what it is at that moment.
Hmm.
You know, I look at it as like I guess a learning experience. I know what to look out for. I know, whether you're dependable or not. And it's just like there's an excuse, right? Like, oh, I'm going through things, but you shouldn't be treating other people like crap. That's not an excuse.
No, there's no excuse to do
Right.
that.
I did this to you because I was going through this, or, I didn't mean to say those things because I was going through this.
I think that's a little different, right? Because, and I'm sure everyone out there listening, this has happened to you'll get into an argument or a disagreement and you'll say something that, like, once it leaves your face, that's it. Like, you
I
can't
do
take.
that all the time.
So, I mean, it happens, right? It
Right.
happens.
But the difference is as a person who's vomiting something that's going to hurt somebody else's feelings,
Hmm.
I need to take responsibility for that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know,
You got to own up to it.
of course, you do have to own up to it.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing, you know, a lot of the times when you're in a situation like that where somebody's like manipulating you or, taking advantage of you, it's so easy to overlook those things if you love the person, if it's somebody that you care about.
Yeah.
And sometimes it becomes an ongoing habit.
I think if it's an ongoing habit, then
There's an issue.
another issue there.
Right, there is another issue. Um, I feel like, yeah, you might be angry or you might be going through things, but unless those are things that I'm directly doing to you and what I'm doing to you is making you go through those emotions,
Mhm.
it's not right for you to take out whatever aggressions or anything that you have to that, you know?
Yeah, but in the real world, people, I think the frustration takes over.
Who are you telling? I
It
was like, yeah,
happens.
it happens, but you have to own up to it and you have
Yeah.
to apologize and you have to be honest.
Hmm.
Crap, I'm going through a lot of stuff. I'm sorry, I'm on a short fuse. But it's like when you don't take responsibility for it and you blame other people and other situations, and then it's like, we're not at the same, you know,
Yeah.
we don't have the same goals. We don't have the same ideas on what a relationship, a friendship, or a family situation is,
Hmm.
and then it just becomes a waste of time after that, I think.
So then, what would you do after that?
I don't know, because the person who I'm kind of thinking of,
Okay, so no, go ahead. I'm
yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. The
no,
person you were thinking of.
um, that I went through this for a while.
Hmm.
It's so hard when you care about someone and they learn to, I guess, kind of manipulate you
Hmm.
into, I guess, making excuses for them, right? I've been personally through that, more than one time, both in relationships and friendships, and it's like you think that you would learn like the signs of, oh, this person is a narcissist or this person is,
Hmm.
um not the best person to hang out with, doesn't have my best interests, in heart. It becomes so easy to kind of like overlook that because you care for that person.
Well, yeah.
You care for those people. You care for the family. You care. And I think that me personally, I try to see the positive in everything and in everybody.
Right.
But that's also part of the problem that I'm looking for positive, you know, in somebody who can't give that to you.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to like value ourselves a little bit at sometimes or at some point and just be like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I'm worth so much more and you can't get it together. I can't keep doing this to myself and I can't keep overlooking things. And we do that a lot to, I guess kind of keep the other people around or the family member, boyfriend, whatever. And it's like I've learned that, you know, if somebody isn't benefiting you, and I'm not talking financially or anything like that. I'm talking like if we're not in the same place mentally, emotionally, and you don't encourage me and stuff, and I feel like, I have to tiptoe around you, you're not the person that needs to be in my life. And you have to recognize that
Hmm.
as the person going through that. But I'm sorry, what were you going to say before?
Well, first of all, I mean, you gotta ultimately worry about
Of
yourself,
course, yes.
and you can't control other people, how they feel, how they deal with stuff, how they cope with things. Something that's to the individual.
Right.
So, I mean, sometimes you gotta cut people loose. You gotta cut situations loose. Sometimes they're not the most ideal, but
No. And sometimes it's going to hurt you to let those people
yeah.
go.
And it's not fair. Like we were talking about, you know, putting on this act or like you having expectations of certain people. I know I've had people that were quote unquote friends that completely did like a 180 on me.
Right.
And it's like I, you know, you're supposed to be
My
my
friend.
friend, or
Right.
we're supposed to be cool. I don't understand where this is coming from. And like I said, that I think that's kind of damaging because then it's like, oh, I can't trust anybody, or I'm not going to put myself out there, or I'm going to hide. And it causes you kind of to hide yourself too, right? It kind of like normally say you're like this happy-go-lucky, fun-loving person, but then it's like you get all like quiet around people and don't want to engage because it's like if you put yourself out there, someone's going to hurt you again.
Right.
So why put yourself out
And
there?
it becomes a psychological thing,
That's what I'm
to
saying.
where you build a wall. And I have that thing where I have like this wall.
Hmm.
And like I said, I'm not a very social person.
Right.
I find it that the older I've gotten, the less social I am.
Really, I think I'm getting the reverse of that.
Are you?
I think
I
so.
just think I'm just so tired of dealing with people that it's just like, "Ugh, no, I don't want to."
No, I get what you mean because when you get older, like I'm the same way, right? Because I'm like I'm not gonna go out and hang out with people. I'm not gonna go socialize like that. I mean, I'm way past that age.
I want to be in bed by like
Yeah, I
7:30
want to be in bed by
yesterday.
8 o'clock. So it's like, yeah, like what's that meme online where it's like yeah, I'll swing by your place and we can go. All right, what time? 9 o'clock p.m.
And then at 12, we
Yeah.
could head to the, whatever. It's like 12.
I've never done that. I've never gone out and partied like that.
Oh my God.
Like where you're out till like 2 a.m.
Man, 2 a.m. is like early to be home.
Mm,
I remember walking in the door, having to work at like 8 in the morning, walking in at like 6:30,
hmm
showering, drinking coffee, and turning right back around and going to work.
Wow.
Yeah,
No way.
it was a fun life.
Doesn't sound fun.
Well, I was 20 and had the energy of, a 20-year-old.
Well, my life was being,
Different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think now, I'm a lot better than I used to be. I was very like guarded and very like, that's what I mean. Like, and I think I've brought this up before. It might have been on other episodes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like, my my expectations, right? I think everyone should be kind, respectful, be watching for each other, and all sunshine and whatever. But that, to me, that's not realistic, right? We live in the real world, and not everyone's like that.
No,
You know what I mean?
not at all.
Not everyone's a decent human being.
No.
So, and I realize that, and I think the older I get, the more you realize it. I think a lot of the times when you get older, your circle shrinks too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like people fall away, and like the true people are gonna be sticking around.
I don't have very many people around from my younger years. Maybe like 1 or 2 people, maybe 3.
I don't think I have anybody.
No. I mean, outside of my brothers, everyone else, like, I never really. I don't know. I'm weird.
Yes, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though.
So, yeah, would you say it's just a matter of you worrying about yourself then?
Yeah, I
Oh.
just worry about myself. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And what do you do about being guarded? You personally.
I'm trying to kind of let that part of me down. I just think that I'm a little bit more open to conversations
hmm
if I'm not busy. If I'm busy, I put everything on the back burner with, socializing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. I am horrible at communicating. Like,
Yes, me too.
I
I always said I'm like the worst friend to have because like
say that all the time.
I don't call people. I don't really I'm a hermit.
Yeah, I find it a lot easier to just text someone every couple of months and be like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Are you still living?"
Yeah.
And then just moving on. It's I I don't know. It's just my life is so different now. I don't feel the need to go out.
Well,
And
no, we're older.
yeah, dude, I'm happy just being at home and taking naps. Like,
Yeah, snaps do sound good.
they do. I remember being a little kid and hating naps, and now all I want to do is just take naps.
Isn't that crazy when little kids you try to put them down and put them down for a nap? They're like, no. And then when you get older, it's like, yeah.
I was just thinking about that. When I used to babysit my nephew when he was younger, like little, I remember that I was watching him and one of his other little cousins. They're around the same age. Maybe she's a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because I wanted to take a nap. Like, I was tired. I think it was when I was working overnight. That had to have been a long time ago.
Right.
You can imagine how little my nephew was. And I remember I was like, all right, everybody, nap time. And his cousin was like, I don't think so. I don't take naps.
Whoa.
I was like, I don't care. Get into bed. So it was me, my nephew, and then his cousin, right? So we were all like in the bed. And I remember that like maybe 3 hours later, there was a knock at the door and I got up
Mm-hmm.
and the cousin's mom was there. my sister-in-law
Hmm.
who's there to pick up her kid, and they go home or whatever, and then the mom calls me later and she's like, you know, my daughter says that she didn't want to take a nap, but you made her take a nap, and now
Uh-huh.
she's glad that she took a nap. And I was like, I told her, I was like, girl, you don't know anything about life. Just shush and take a nap.
Yeah.
Me and my nephew knocked out. It took her a little bit longer, but she eventually like fell asleep. But I find that like so like that's my favorite.
Oh, to be a kid again,
I
where you
just
couldn't take naps and not have mortgages and not have to worry about bills.
no car payments.
No.
You didn't have to worry about cooking because mama was gonna take care of it.
Yeah, but then you had to deal with other stuff
Yeah, I'd rather not go through
like
that.
childhood trauma.
I'm trying to deal with the adult trauma.
Shoot, who you telling?
No, but I mean, in all seriousness, though, I know um, it's hard when you have expectations and people don't meet them, but it's like you also have to keep that same attitude with yourself. Be realistic about your expectations and what you can accomplish. I'm not saying don't set goals, don't set high goals, but you know,
Be
if lose
realistic.
right, if you're gonna lose weight and you say I want to lose 30 pounds in a month, do you think that's really, I mean, it's doable. You can definitely do
I
it.
mean, it's doable, yeah.
But realistically, are you going to be able to do it?
Well, yeah, you gotta kind of look at yourself too. Like, am I capable of doing that? Because I don't know about anybody else out there, but sometimes, speaking of trust, I don't trust myself. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna commit to losing this 30 pounds, but you know, am I gonna still sneak that piece of pizza? Or,
Absolutely, you are.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would. But I get what you're saying. But like me, yeah, I mean, you gotta trust yourself too.
You do. And you have to set your own boundaries for yourself because
Oh yeah,
you know yourself better than
yeah.
anybody
Boundaries
else.
works in different ways,
Absolutely.
and even for yourself.
Yep. So it's important to kind of be realistic about, yourself as well, not just other people, but you have to keep yourself in check.
Yes.
You need to hold yourself accountable for things, which I've gotten so much better at, accountability. I've always been accountable for things,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I'm more accepting of when I fail at something.
Right.
And it's just like when you fail, it's just a chance to like rebuild things.
Well, yeah. Failures aren't.
Failures.
I mean, you can use it as an excuse to just bail. Like, oh, I failed at this, so
Oh
it's like
well.
that's it.
But no, it
That should
should
be like a learning thing.
right.
Yeah,
And
a
that's the
lesson.
thing, right? And that's the thing. It's like a lot of people will kind of have these expectations, not meet them, and
And
be
then
like,
that's
"Oh
it.
man, I only, got to this point. I went to the gym every day, but I'm not losing any weight." But you have to hold yourself accountable. How many times did you actually follow through with your diet, your exercise?
Hmm.
You know, and it's like you don't just quit. You have to
That's you lying to
that
yourself.
right. And it's just like you hold other people accountable for their actions, we
Mhm.
need to hold ourselves accountable for our actions, whether
Yeah.
negative or positive, because each negative and each positive has a reaction and a consequence.
Not only do you have to have well, I'm not going to say have to have expectations, but those expectations that you expect from other people, you need to look in the mirror sometimes and have expectations for yourself.
Right. Because, I've said this before, every time you point a finger, there's three pointing back at you.
Hmm.
It's just like you could say, you failed at this, you did this to me, you did that to me, but what did you do to fix the situation?
Right.
You know, if we don't hold ourselves accountable and we're not realistic about our goals or methods or whatever it is, we're always gonna make excuses for
Hmm.
other people not being able to fulfill our expectations and ourselves in the same sense, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. Has there been a time when You kind of like didn't meet your expectations. You're like, yeah, whatever.
Always.
Always. At least you're honest.
I don't know. Sometimes I think, well, when I was younger, especially, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and it's like if things don't, I know in the past, not so much now, but if things didn't go the way I wanted it or I thought they should, I would just be like, forget it.
Yeah.
And that was just me being unrealistic with myself, I think.
Right.
Like my expectations were too high.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with setting a goal or an expectation at a certain level. But I think you can adjust. If you think, oh, I can't, I don't think I can make that 30, I can't lose that 30 pounds this month, but, I can still keep at it and I lose what I lose. You know what
And
I'm
even
saying?
if you just lose
You
15 pounds out of the 30, you still lost 15
You're
pounds.
going in the right direction.
Right. And I think a lot of times.
But some people use it as an excuse. It's
Right.
like, oh, forget it.
Right.
You know
Or
what I
I'll
mean?
start next Monday.
Yeah, I'll start the diet Monday.
Oh, I don't know. I've been guilty of that myself, but
And then you're like, oh, well, it's only a couple potato chips.
right. And then before you know
There's
it,
half the bag gone. All right. I think that we're going to leave it there.
yes.
That was enough babbling.
Enough of your babbling.
Enough of your babbling.
I expected you not to say that.
I expect you to not treat me this way.
Whatever. I treat you like a king and you know it.
Yes. She's a very good woman.
I am.
Most of the time.
Always.
Anyways, visit the website at sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. Check it out. It's all brand new and nice and colorful.
New colors.
Yeah, check it out. We've made a couple changes. It's gonna look a little different. We're still working on stuff here and there. We'll probably be adding things, maybe changing things. So don't be surprised.
One day we will get it together.
And then our email is sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com in case you want to drop us a line about anything. And don't forget to visit the socials, TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff. And the TikTok's probably the most active one. There's a group there you can join called Sessions and Lessons TikTok. And there's a bunch of cool people in that group. And I mean, it's a lot of cool people. You want to add anything, Gloria, before we go?
No, well, actually, yes. Look for friends of the website. It's a list of
Yeah, it should be under the links tab, I think.
yes. It's a growing list of our friends and future partners and just all sorts of stuff, all sorts of good stuff happening in the background.
Yeah, so just poke around the website. You might find some good Easter eggs. All right, guys. Appreciate you as always. Thank you for listening. And please let everybody know, your friends, family, people you really don't like, whatever. Tell them that we're here, Podcast Land.
Podcast land.
Anything else, Gloria?
Yes, we're available for downloading and streaming across all major platforms. So check us out. That was dumb.
Yes, that was pretty bad. All right, guys. We'll leave it here. And thank you again. We will see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye-bye.